Hello everyone and welcome back again to Gist with Goldie B. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, you highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around. Guys, into this video, I'll be revealing to you 15 Nollywood actors who are accused or rumored to be in an occultic or being a ritualist. Take note that most of these names I'm going to be mentioning are just rumors and speculations. There are no atom of truth or confirmation from this list. Thank you. Coming at number 15 is Genevieve Nnaji. Genevieve Nnaji is one of Nollywood's most iconic actresses, a woman whose elegance and talent carried her beyond Nigerian to international screens. For years, she reigned as the queen of Nollywood, admired for her class and mysterious aura. But beneath her polished image, whispers of occult ties and secret dealings have always followed her career. The rumors began louder in 2022 when Genevieve Nnaji suddenly disappeared from the public eyes. Once very active on social media, deleted her post and went completely silent for months, and fans speculated widely. Some believed she was battling mental health issues, but others connected her silence to something darker, claiming she had paid a price for her fame and wealth. A few further even suggested that her fortune came from occultic connections and that her absence was part of a ritualistic retreat gone wrong. Her choice of roles also added fuel to the fire. Unlike many actresses, Genevieve often chose characters that were regal, powerful, or untouchable, roles that align with her real-life image. Critics argue that her dominance and refusal to play lesser roles hinted at a spiritual backing that elevated her above her peers. Some even claim that she was protected by unseen forces that made it nearly impossible for anyone to bring her down. Then came the Netflix deal in 2018. Genevieve made history when her movie Lionheart was acquired by Netflix, making it the first Nigerian film to stream on the platform. While most fans celebrated the milestone, others began to suggest that no ordinary Nollywood actress could have achieved such heights without being backed by powerful spiritual connections. She's not just talented, one commenter wrote at the time. There is something else behind her eyes. Another layer of suspicion came from her private lifestyle. Unlike many of her colleagues, Genevieve was extremely secret about her relationships and family. She never paraded lovers or flaunted children the way others did. Some fans admired her secrecy, but gossip cycles twisted it into something more sinister. They claimed she sacrificed her social life for power, trading her personal happiness for eternal relevance. In 2023, a disturbing rumor circulated that Genevieve has been spotted at a strange healing retreat where spiritual practices were taking place. While no credible evidence was ever produced, the story went viral, convincing men that her silence was not about her health, but about rituals gone wrong. Today, Genevieve remains a queen. She occasionally resurfaces, always looking elegant and untouchable, but the questions never stop. Did she truly step away because of personal struggles, or is there a hidden story behind her disappearance? Whatever the truth may be, Genevieve Nnaji's silence has done nothing but deepen the mystery to her fans. She is still the queen of Nollywood, but to critics, she remains a shadow figure whose success story is tied to forces the industry may never fully reveal. Coming in next is Funke Akindele, the silent power behind the spotlight. Funke Akindele, while celebrated as Jennifer, is one of Nollywood's most successful actresses and producers. With her blockbuster film pulling in millions at the box office, her name has become synonymous with success, but behind the laughter and glamour, whispers of something darker have followed her career. Her meteoric rise left many asking questions. How did she go from an upcoming actress to a box office giant almost overnight? Industry insiders often hint at unseen forces backing her. In 2017, a video circulated online allegedly showing her in a private garden where strange chants were held in the background. Though nothing was confirmed, viewers quickly speculated that this was no ordinary party. It looked more like a spiritual ritual. When Funke Akindele ventured into politics, the rumors deepened. Contesting as a deputy governorship candidate, many were shocked by the sudden move. Critics claimed she was just chasing power, but aligning herself with deeper networks. Networks that allegedly required strong spiritual backing. Some political bloggers even suggested that before her campaign rallies, she was spotted consulting powerful elders in remote towns, fueling speculation that her political ambition was not purely by chance. Her marriage also fell to the controversy. After her first marriage ended abruptly, many claimed she was spiritually unlucky. But when she married JJC Skills, the wealth and the influence around her skyrocketed. Their lavish lifestyle raised eyebrows with whispers that they had joined a high-ranking cult group. Pictures from certain private family parties showed strange hand symbols and group cycles that people were quick to label as occult gatherings. One of the biggest talking points came when a blockbuster, Omogeto the Saga, scattered cinema record. It became the highest grossing Nigerian film, something many describe as too sudden, too massive. While her talent cannot be denied, skeptics claim no film rise that fast without spiritual fortification. Some Nollywood insiders went as far as suggesting that the film's success was tied to a ritualistic sacrifice made before its release. Even her arrest during the COVID-19 lockdown wasn't spared from these rumors. She threw a party in defense of restrictions, and many wondered why she risked everything at that moment. Online speculators claim the party wasn't just for fun, but a secret gathering for powerful initiation. The fact that some of the Nigerian most influential entertainers were present only deepened the suspicion. To her fans, Funke Akindele is a queen of comedy and Nollywood brilliance. To critics, she's a woman deeply connected to hidden powers that fuel her dominance. Whether it is her politics, her film empire, or her bold public personnel, her name continues to be tied to rumors of occult association and spiritual dealing. In Hollywood, occult rumors mill. Funke Akindele's story stands as one of the most mysterious and untouchable women whose success feels almost spiritually unstoppable. Coming in next is Ngozi Nwosu, the veteran and the shadow of illness. Ngozi Nwosu, popularly known for her comedic brilliance and dramatic roles, is another Nollywood actress whose name has been entangled in speculations. For years, her career was filled with laughter and admiration, but when she fell gravely ill in 2012, the narrative around her life took a darker turn. Her sudden sickness shocked many. She became feral and unrecognizable, sparking rumors that her condition was the result of spiritual attacks or consequences of breaking an occultic oath in a society where unexplainable illness is often tied to spiritual welfare. Her suffering was quickly painted as more than just a medical condition. Reports at the time suggested she needed a large sum of money for treatment abroad, while her colleagues and fans rallied around her. Conspiracy theories claimed the illness was a punishment for walking away from an occultic group she had allegedly joined during her prime. Some even whispered that she has refused to renew certain vows and sickness was her consequences. Ngozi herself remained largely private, only occasionally addressing this issue. Her silence allowed rumors to grow unchecked. Some claim that her ordeal was linked to a role in Nollywood, where she often played characters involved in money rituals, dark practice, or corny schemes. Critics argue that she had taken on too many spiritually charged roles and that her illness was a spiritual backlash. Her eventual recovery added another layer of speculations after receiving treatment abroad. She returned looking healthier and more vibrant. Some fans celebrated it as medical issues, but some conspiracy believers suggested she had gone through a spiritual cleansing in secret foreign temple. They insisted that her survival was not honored, pointing to the swiftness of her bounce back. Ngozi's return to Nollywood was marked by gratitude and humility. Yet, whispers persisted. Her colleagues often spoke about her resilience, but in gossip cycles, the people claimed that she had struck a new deal with unseen forces to extend her life and career. The absence of her clear explanations only strengthened these rumors. Even today, years after her recovery, discussions about Ngozi Nwosu still return to the dark chapter. For many, she's a symbol of survival. For others, she is living proof of Nollywood alleged connections with the occult world. Whatever the truth may be, her story remains a reminder of how easily success and tragedy in Nollywood becomes tied to the unseen, leaving fans to wonder if there is more to these stars than meets the eyes. Coming in next at number 12 is Ugezu J. The ritual director of Nollywood. Ugezu is not just an actor, he's one of Nollywood's most prolific directors, often called the cultural ambassador because of his love for traditional theme, but that love for African spirituality and customs has also made him one of the most controversial figures in the industry, accused repeatedly of having deep ties to occult practice. For years, Ugezu has championed the return of African traditions. His movies are filled with shrine, masquerade, sacrifice, and ancestral worship. While many see this as his way of preserving Igbo culture, others believe he is not merely creating traditions on screen but actually practicing them off screen. Some of his critics claim that Ugezu's obsession with ritual theme reveals a personal connection to those practices. One of the most viral moments came when he was photographed in traditional attire holding a ritualistic object during a film shoot. Though it was clearly part of the set, Gossip Blog twisted the story claiming that Ugezu was caught performing rituals in real life. This story spread quickly, painting him as Nollywood gatekeepers to the occult world. Adding more fuel, Ugezu has often made controversial statements online. He has spoken openly about how Nollywood stars chase fame through fetish practice, hinting that they are indeed forces that control the industry. To his critics, these comments sound less like warning and more like confessions. From an insider who knows too much, even his physical appearance, always draped in traditional outfits, beads, and cultural accessories, contribute to his mysterious aura. Unlike other Nollywood celebrities who embrace modern fashion, Ugezu seems almost permanently tied to the old ways. For some, he is harmless cultural pride. For others, it is evidence that he is deeply immersed in the world of rituals. Next is Kemi Afolabi. Kemi Afolabi's story is one that shocked Nollywood deeply, not only because of her talent, but because of the heartbreaking illness that nearly ended her life. When she revealed in 2022 that she was battling lupus, a chronic and autoimmune disease, sympathy poured in from fans and colleagues, but almost immediately the whispers of spiritual warfare and occultic punishment began. In Nigeria, unexplained illness is rarely seen as just medical. For Kemi, the story became even darker because she admitted that doctors told her she has only a few years left to live. Almost overnight, blogs and gossip cycles twisted this into claim that her illness was linked to spiritual dealings. Rumors speculated that during her rise in Yoruba movie industry, Kemi has alleged herself with certain powerful groups for fame and success. According to gossip, her illness was a backlash, either from breaking ties with them or from being attacked by rivals within the industry. These speculations grew louder when videos surfaced of her crying during interviews, confessing that she had prepared her will and accepted her fate. One particular viral rumor claimed that Kemi had once been spotted at a gathering where Nollywood stars were allegedly initiated into cult. Although the story lacked proof, her illness years later was cited as evidence by conspiracy theories. Even the fundraising of her medical treatment became a proof of speculations. Some argued that she could have afforded treatment if not for spiritual drains on her wealth. Others claimed she was being punished for refusing to continue with certain practice that once boosted her career. Kemi herself never addressed these rumors directly, instead leaned on faith, constantly sharing posts about God, mercy and healing. Yet, in a society quick to connect misfortune with the occult, her illness was painted as more than just a medical condition. When she miraculously stabilized after treatment abroad, some fans praised divine intervention. Others, however, whispered that she had undergone a renewal ritual to extend her life. The idea of her survival was not ordinary, spread across social media, cementing her as one of the Nollywood most talked about spiritual cases. Today, Kemi Afolabi continues to fight for her health and live her life with courage. But for those who believe in Nollywood entanglement with the occult, her story is a tragic reminder that every gift of fame may come with a hidden cost. Coming next is Tonto Dikeh, the queen of controversy herself. Tonto Dikeh has never been far from controversy. From her acting career to her personal life, she has been one of the most talked about Nollywood stars. Known as King Toto, she built her brand on boldness, wealth, and a carefree lifestyle. But with fame came accusations but her success and survival were tied to spiritual forces. Her sudden rise in Nollywood was questionable by many. Critics argued that she moved from being just another actress to one of the industry's wealthiest stars in record time. Her expensive lifestyle, luxury cars, foreign trips, and designer fashions became a target for speculations. Some claim that no ordinary Nollywood salary would support such extravagance without spiritual backing. The real storm, however, came with her turbulent relationships. Her marriage to Olakunle Churchill was filled with public battles, accusations and counter-accusations. During their fight, hints of ritualism and court ties surfaced, especially when Tonto Dikeh alleged that her ex-husband was involved with shady spiritual dealings. In return, her critics flipped the narrative, claiming that she was the one deeply engaged in occultic practices, using charm and spiritual influence to manipulate men and maintain wealth. Her tattoos and bold fashion choice also fed into the narrative. In a conservative Nigerian society, a woman with body art and unapologetic lifestyle is often branded as connected to something deeper. Tonto Dikeh's openness about her love for luxury and her constant reinvention only strengthened suspicions. In 2019, she announced her conversion to Christianity, going as far as calling herself radical for Jesus. Yet, for many Nigerians, her past controversies remain proof that she had at some point dabbled in something darker. For others, her conversion was seen as an attempt to escape the same forces she was once accused of aligning with. Coming in next is Regina Daniels, the actress whose marriage sparked occult rumors. Regina Daniels' story is one of the Nollywood most explosive controversy. Once a child star, adored for her innocent roles, she transformed almost overnight into one of the history's most luxurious young actresses. Her marriage to billionaire politician Kenneth Okonkwo was the turning point, sparking endless rumors of ritualism and cultism and spiritual bargains. At the time of her marriage, Regina was barely 20, while Ned was already in his 60s. With multiple wives, Nigerians immediately linked the union to money and power. Social media exploded with claims that Regina had been initiated into a powerful cult as part of marrying a man with deep political and spiritual ties. The extravagant lifestyle that followed private jets, mansions, designer fashion, and global vacation only deepened the suspicion from her critics. Regina's wealth and influence were too sudden, too massive, and too tied to her husband's political empire to be ordinary. Some even claim she was offered to Ned as part of a ritual for him to maintain power and wealth. What made matters worse was her association with other controversial figures. Pictures of Regina at events with wealthy politicians and businessmen fueled gossip that she had been ushered into secret cycles far beyond Nollywood. Even her motherhood did not escape rumors. Some alleged that her children were special gifts tied to spiritual agreements between her and Ned, painting her as both blessed and trapped in a life of ritual obligations. Regina has never publicly addressed these accusations. Instead, she flaunts her wealth proudly, often posting luxurious vacations and expensive gifts on social media, while her fans celebrate her as a woman who made smart life choices. Her critics insist she is an example of Nollywood stars entering into occult agreements for fame and security. Coming in next at number 8 is Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth will forever be remembered as Andy in Living in Bondage 1992, the film that gave Nollywood its very foundation. Ironically, the movie itself was about money rituals, a desperate man sacrificing his wife for wealth. That role was so iconic that Kenneth has never been able to shake off the whispers that his real life might rumor the film's storyline. As his career grew, so did the rumors. Some fans argued that Kenneth's rise to fame was too perfect, especially since he transitioned seamlessly from movies into politics. His moves into the political arena only deepened speculations because Nigerians often link politics to cult societies and spiritual alliance. In fact, during one campaign event, Kenneth was photographed in what appeared to be ant symbol associated with cult groups. The picture went viral, sparking debate that the same man who brought virtual movies to life might be playing in those dark spaces in reality. To make things worse, Kenneth's clean, almost saintly public image has often been described as too polished to be natural. Some critics believe that his ability to avoid major scandals in an industry drawing in controversies must be backed by spiritual protection. At number 7, we have Destiny Etiko. Destiny Etiko, publicly known as Drama Doll, is one of Nollywood's most flashy stars. Her acting talent is undeniable, but her sudden rise to wealth and luxury has kept her at the center of endless speculations. Within just a few years, Destiny went from playing minor roles to living in a multi-million naira mansion, cruising exotic cars, and flaunting designers' fashion that most seasoned actors could not afford. The speed of her success led to one question: who is really behind Destiny Etiko? Whispers of godfathers and spiritual sponsors followed her. They followed her everywhere. Some fans claimed she was connected to spiritual men who demanded more than just companionship. Others believe her success was tied to deeper, more spiritual paths, that her wealth was not from Nollywood alone, but from forces beyond ordinary hustle. The rumors intensified when she posted pictures of herself inside Shiran during movie shoots, though clearly props for film's role. Critics claimed she was too comfortable around fetish settings, sparking accusations that she might have real-life ties to spiritual practices. Another point of gossip came from her flamboyant lifestyle. Destiny Etiko often flaunts gifts like luxury cars and jewelries, but rarely reveals how she earns them. This secrecy only adds fuel to the fire, with many convinced she is hiding the truth about her real source of wealth. Despite the backlash, Destiny Etiko leans into the nickname the drama doll and keeps fans talking. Next is Olu Jacobs. Olu Jacobs is a legend of Nollywood, admired for his commanding voice and decades of unforgettable roles. Alongside his wife, Joke Sliver, he built one of the most respected acting dynamics in Nigeria. But in recent years, as his health declined, conspiracy theories began to surface. When news broke that the veteran Nollywood actor was suffering from dementia, some Nigerians quickly linked his conditions to spiritual payback. They claimed that for a man of such caliber to suddenly fade away in old age, there must be a force at play. Others suggested that Jacob had once belonged to secret circles in Nollywood, powerful groups that demanded sacrifice in exchange for fame and influence. Videos of him appearing fragile at public events went viral. Fueling further whispers, critics asked why his wife seemed so strong and in control, while Olu Jacob looked like a shadow of himself in a country where illness is often tied to spiritual. Many concluded that his health battles were not ordinary, but linked to ritual depths from the past. Though his family continues to protect his image with dignity, the rumors persist. To some fans, Olu Jacob is simply a man aging graciously. Coming at number 5 is Patience Ozokwor, the real life of Mama G mystery. Patience Ozokwor, famously known as Mama G, is Nollywood queen of wicked mother-in-law roles. For decades, she dominated the screen as ruthless stepmother, the greedy landlady, or the wicked witch, and others began to believe she was more than just acting. Her perfect portrayal of diabolic characters sparked accusations that she had inside knowledge of occult practices. Many fans insisted that no actress could act evil so convincingly without having personal ties to spiritual rituals. Some even alleged that Patience visited Shirans to prepare for her roles. At the height of her fame, rumors spread that she was using Nollywood as a cover for her deeper involvement in occultic societies. This wasn't helped by her luxurious lifestyles, which critics argued went beyond what an actress of her generation could afford. A major turning point came when Patience became a born-again Christian. She openly testified about giving her life to Christ and abandoned many film roles that clashed with her faith. Yet, instead of silencing the rumors, this decision fueled more speculations. Some people claimed as conversion was actually an escape from the same forces she had once worked with. Next is Mercy Johnson. Mercy Johnson has built one of the strongest careers in Nollywood. From her breakthrough roles in emotional dramas to her reign as one of the highest paid actresses, she is loved by fans across Africa. But with her fame and wealth came with the whispers that her success was not entirely ordinary. Early in her career, Mercy was constantly cast in roles that involved witchcraft, seduction, and rituals. Her natural ability to embody these roles so convincingly made people question if she had a deeper connection to the stories she told. Some Nollywood insiders even claimed that producers favored her because she had spiritual backings. The controversies intensified when Mercy married Prince Okoji. Many speculated that her marriage into royalty was more than just love. It was said to be part of a spiritual alignment that boosted her wealth and fame. Around this time, she began flaunting luxury cars, grand houses, and a lifestyle that her critics insisted could not come solely from Nollywood earnings. Adding more fuel to the fire, several blogs circulated pictures of Mercy Johnson wearing a bead and traditional jewelry during certain ceremonies, claiming these were ritual items, though they could easily have been cultural ornaments. The rumor mill spun it into evidence of spiritual involvement. Even when she slowed down acting after giving birth to her children, her financial stability never wavered. This consistently in wealth and influence made Nigerians conclude that her power went beyond film script. There was something unseen keeping her throne secured. Not just that, several of Nollywood actors and actresses also pointed finger at her. Some are Angela Okere, who accused her of being a witch and troubling the Nollywood industry. At number 3, we have Pet Edochie. Edochie is widely respected as Nollywood father figure, known for his proverbs, wisdom, and unforgettable roles. But beneath the respect lies a long history of whispers connecting him to secret societies and ritual practices. Much of this comes from the type of roles he has played. Edochie is almost always the king, the elder, or the godfather in films. In films, he was often showing consulting shrines, making sacrifice, or commanding mystical powers. Nigerians, who often blur the line between fiction and reality, began to believe he wasn't just acting, he was performing roles he understood from his personal experience. His commanding presence in real life also added to the mystery. Edochie speaks in riddles, quotes and ancient proverbs, and carries himself like a man tied to a deeper knowledge. For many, this was evidence that he was part of a powerful fraternity or cult that gave him his legendary influence. The rumors grew louder when his son Yul Edochie began making headlines for his personal life and controversial decisions. Critics argue that the Edochie's lifestyle was under a spiritual covenant and that Pet Edochie was the custodian of that covenant. There have even been claims that Edochie's long-lasting fame and wealth are part of his membership in secret traditional societies in the East. Some of these groups are said to require blood sacrifice or spiritual rites to maintain influence and power. Though Pet has never addressed these allegations directly, the silence only strengthened the rumors around him. To his admirers, he's simply a wise old lion of Nollywood, but to his critics, his legacy is evidence of Nollywood hidden ties to the occult. At number 2, we have Zubby Michael. Zubby Michael, also known as the King of Madness, has become one of Nollywood's flashiest stars, known for his energetic roles and wide personality. Zubby Michael lives as loudly off-screen as he does on-screen. His flamboyance, from throwing words of cash at parties to flaunting luxury cars, has made him a constant subject of gossip about ritualism and occult ties. One of the biggest turning points came when videos of Zubby Michael spraying millions of naira at club parties went viral. The sheer moment of cash he flaunted shocked Nigerians, while with many asking how an actor could make that kind of money so easily. Almost instantly, the whispers began. Zubby Michael must be tied to money rituals or occult groups. His close friendship with politicians and wealthy businessmen and musicians has only made things worse. Zubby Michael is often seen in a company of people suspected to have deep ties with occult groups. Social media users point to these connections as proof that his wealth is not just from Nollywood but from powerful spiritual alliance. Then came the rumors about his extravagant lifestyle, from his mansion in Asaba to his fleet of cars. Critics argued that Zubby Michael spends more like a billionaire than a Nollywood actor. This consistently has fueled speculations that is involved in spiritual sacrifice to maintain his fortune. Zubby himself seems to enjoy the speculations. He often calls himself the king of madness and asks out his wide personnel on social media, almost daring people to believe the rumors. At one point, he even declared himself the richest actor in Nollywood, a statement that sent gossip blogs into freeze about how exactly he achieved that status. Adding to the mystery, Zubby frequently posts videos of himself at traditional festivals, draped in cultural attires and surrounded by masquerades. While this could easily be community events, critics twist them into claims that he's publicly celebrating his occult ties. At number 1, there could be only one man, Kanayo O. Kanayo. His name is particularly synonymous with money rituals in Nigeria. For decades, Kanayo has played roles where he sacrificed loved ones, consult shrines, or engaged in dark practices for wealth. His iconic performance turned him into a cultural symbol, to the point where Nigerians now joke that every time he appears in a film, someone is about to be sacrificed. But the joke has a dark side. Many people genuinely believe that Kanayo O. Kanayo convincing roles come from more than just acting talent. Rumors claim he has insider knowledge of how ritual practices work. Some even insist he's a member of secret cults that control Nollywood flows of wealth and power. The fact that Kanayo himself leans into the ritual joke hasn't helped. He often makes playful comments online about sacrifice, further fueling the suspicions that he is mocking people with inside knowledge. Every time a young actor dies or Nollywood loses someone unexpectedly, his name trends, with fans linking the tragedy to his ritual legacy. His political ambitions also raised eyebrows when he ran for a public office. Critics said it was proof that his ties went beyond Nollywood, that he was connected to same secret groups that dominate Nigerian politics. Kanayo O. Kanayo has denied all accusations, often laughing them off in interviews, yet the dynamics around him is so strong that it has become part of his identity. To Nigeria, he is not just an actor, he is a living symbol of Nollywood's long entanglement with ritualism, wealth, and the occult. And that is why Kanayo O. Kanayo stands unchallenged at number 1. So we have come to the end of this video. If you watched this video to this point, please kindly write in the comment section which of these Nollywood actors are your favorite and why you believe they are linked or not linked to any ritual practices or occult groups. Drop down your comment in the comment section and let us discuss about this. Also, don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. See you guys in my next video. But for now, bye.